Yesterday I talked about doing quilling and somebody asked me to give them a quick demonstration on what I'm talking about. Now these are the birds. I've taken the wind chimes out again. Okay, so I've just taken those off, tied them together so I don't mix them all up. And as you can see, I've painted it, and these were ones that were the aqua colour. Okay, I've just painted them all up again, give them a little bit more definition, a bit of a change really. Now some of these I've already put the edging on, so I've got one left, which I'm going to show you now how to put the edging on. So all you do is a piece of paper. This one happens to be double-sided colour, and it is, I believe, measure it, yeah, 7mm. Okay, the other one I'll be working with is just 3mm. Alright, now I've got a paper shredder, which is what I've cut this with, which gives me a nice size 3mm. Now all you're going to be using is basic PVA glue, nothing too fancy and not too thick either, so you just put a nice thin layer PVA around. I'm not going to go too far yet. I'm starting under the chin of the bird so that the seam won't be seen. Okay, now what we're going to do, the silver's the back, so I want to put this flush to the back. Oops, she says, hopefully. Okay, so it's flush to the back, and then it gives you a little bit of a lip. I'll show you shortly on the inside. Okay, so just stick it around all the way around and just stick it on. Actually, it sticks really quickly. Once you don't put too much glue on, it'll hold absolutely fantastically. So just bring it around. Nice and tight and nice and flush. It fits on there nice and snugly. Again, just come round with the glue. Push it in nice and tight. Okay. And this little bit at the top, so you just got to dip it in. You should pinch it slightly as you push it through. Give it a little bit of a pinch and push it in. If you do crafting at all, then you might have a spike, crafting spike. Now I've got this one, which I can just use to push that in. And it gives it a nice tight finish in there. And you come round, and you see now I'm about to get near the string. And you put a bit of glue along either side. A small pair of scissors. Just literally just snip it part way through. And slide the string into the slot. And again, push it down. Okay. Finish it round. You come round, push it down nice and tight, keep it nice and smooth against the edge of the back. Okay. And just underneath. I'll just come to the last little bit. Just pop it round. And as you come round, as you can see, it just overlaps slightly, which you don't really want. So you just get little scissors and just chop it. That way you know you've got it in the right place, she says, hopefully. There we go, and just tied it, slightly overlapped. And you've got a nice tidy edging, okay? So as you can see, it's slight lip all the way around the edge, okay? And this is what your quills will sit against. I'm going to put that one there so it dries off. Got little scissors, you need some tweezers. This is a quilling tool. So you've got a spike on one end, and on this end there's a very small slice across the top. So you do is you get your thinner bits of paper, pop it in there, and just spin. This is just a basic circle, and just keep spinning until you get to the end. Now, not everyone obviously is going to have a quilling tool. I went and bought this just because I was doing so much of it, it just made sense. But if you just got a spike, you can just start it off with the spike. I'll show you that in a minute. You see I'm just releasing slightly so the circle becomes a bit wider. If you want a tight circle, leave it where it was. And then you've got a couple of choices. You can use the brush and PVA glue. So I'll do for this one again, just a very small amount. I'll hold it very nicely. Okay, that's just a little circle quill. You can also use stick it, or you can get bottles with very fine tips. So put your PVA glue into the fine tipped bottles and do it that way. Now, this, as you can see, is a really long piece, so I'm going to cut this in half because I don't really want it that long. And what I started doing when I started quilling is I used my small tweezers. And if you tap it on, pinch it as you start turning, and then just keep going and just spin it in that way. You see, it still works. She says, hopefully. That's fine, so you just tighten it on and you can just keep going. Now if you just open it up a little bit, here's where it can get a little fiddly. It's an accident, but it's turned out quite cool. Let's see what happens, shall we? Because there is no right, there is no wrong. It's just whatever works. I'll take that out. I'll try and flatten it down so it's all even. And you see I've got myself a little bit of a loop going on. Let's glue that in place. Oops, she said hopefully, there we go. A little bit of glue on the end. Hold it in place. And you see that? We've got a tight circle here with a extra bit of loop, which is absolutely fab. If you just have a spike, you can do it with a spike. If you pull them, these spin really, really easy. They curl brilliantly. As you see, get the twist on that already. So you start with a twist, get it started. I find this really fiddly. My fingers just don't like doing this very well, so I do apologise. You just get it started, and then once you get going, just keep spinning. So I do struggle with this way of doing it, which is why I'm now going to cheat and use my tweezers in there because it just gives me something to hold on to. But you can just keep spinning. So my arthritis in my fingers doesn't seem to like doing that very well though. Just spin it in, even though this tweezers are slightly open. It's going to give me a slightly wider circle. Oops. There we go. All the way down. Take the tweezers out, flatten the circle. And keep it tight again. In fact, it gives you a nice open circle. Okay, a nice open coil. Again, a little bit of glue. I'm losing my glue. I've got my glue in just a little plastic tray. You can put it in or on anything you want. When I'm doing quite a bit, I've actually got an old plastic chopping board. So I just put a bit of glue on one end, sort of like got the tip in this one. So you just pop it on there, work on that part, and just use your glue as you need to. I faffing around, I found myself a little tray so I can put paints and all sorts in this. So I've had quite good fun last night. As you see, I've got a few circles now. So those two are kind of ready really to go as they are. Now these three, that one I'll leave as a big circle, but I'm going to change these slightly. So what I'm going to do is take the centre, pull it across, and then pinch the end. Okay, so as I'm pinching it, you see now we're getting more of a teardrop shape. Alright, so I'm going to leave that one as a teardrop. Again, you've got the centre, which is almost like an eye. If you pinch one side, it goes into the teardrop. If you slide it across a little bit, slide the circle over a fraction, there we go, and pinch the other side, you do get more of an eye shape. Okay, now you go on YouTube, there are quite a lot of tutorials showing you lots of different things you can actually do. These are just a few I'm starting off with. Tweezers would help. So then what you do is you just place them wherever you think you want them. Again, there's no right or wrong with any of this. I'm just finding out where I want them to go. I can put that one in the beak. And go at the top there. Pop that one down there for now. Might change my mind later, you never know. Let's have the circle and tail and circle there. Right, so I've got some more strips here. I'm going to use a slightly brighter colour. What we're going to do with this one, you can actually do this with a comb. I went hunting and found myself an old comb. You just hook it in, just literally holding it down for a minute, slot it round, and if you put a little bit of glue on that bit that I've hooked over, it's trying to escape, and then attach this one to that one. There we go, and hold it in place. And what you're doing now is just sliding it round. As you can see this, I'm just looping it around the comb. Okay, take the loop up to one or the other, higher and lower. Just give it another shape. So I've got thinner ones on the other side, so I can do a thinner one. I just find it easier to do it with the big one while I'm showing you. And bring that around, a little bit of glue on the end of that. Just to hold it in place. Oop, come here, there we go. Okay. Let's see if we can get this off. That's it. I am only a beginner. I've only been doing this myself for probably about 3 or 4 weeks. So I've got so much more to learn about doing this, as you can probably tell. That gives you a bit more of a different shape. My tweezers just to push that one out a bit more. There we go. So my fingers don't like anything too fiddly. There we go. So we've got a bit of a eye shape. So I'm going to just pop that in. I'll pop that in the middle. View it in a minute. That's absolutely fine. And we also have squirrels. Again, this one's a nice long one. So I'm going to cut this down. These are all 3mm long or 3mm wide strips. Put that out of the way. So what I'm going to do now is use the centre. No, I don't want that one, I want this one. This is my craft knife. So I'm just using the end. You can use a pen, anything you want. So I put using it on this china because that's got and my craft knife just fell apart. That's cool. I'll deal with that in a minute. I've only got the handle at the moment, so just turn it round. It does gives it a nice spiral. Got a nice spiral going on now. I don't actually want all of this in one, so I'm going to trim it off. And this is the part I want. Top. Oops. And you can have it coming round. I'll have that there for a minute. And just pop it in and pop it round. Just gives it a little bit more openness. It's also got way it's not sewn in. There it is. Okay. paintbrush. Give it a bit more of a tight curl. There we go, do it that way as well. Pop it in there. There we go, that's better. This is why you've got the ridge. It helps hold everything in place. Once you've obviously put the glue on, it will stay even better in place. Okay. So there's in there, that one in there. Trim him off because he's been a bit long. There we go. Okay, and this one, I'd say pinch in the middle. Shape it any way you want. I think I will keep it pinched in the middle, a bit tight. There we go. Just pop that in there to give it a bit of shape. So what I do now is show you how to glue these in. I'll just pop them out for a minute. Right. For these smaller ones, this is actually easier. So get your glue, drop it in and pull it out, but you've got to be very careful you don't put too much glue on. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, put too much on, it just falls apart. There we go. Right, you dab off some of the glue and then just feed it in where you want it to be. Okay, and again do the same with the smaller one. Dab it in, dab it on the side and put it where you want it to be. Give it a bit of a push. Alright, dab it in, push to the side. I can put that on this one up here, wasn't it? There we go. And just put it on. I think I'll hold that one a minute. What I want to do is put my spiral on. And the thing with the spirals, you literally just need it on the edging. So again, dab it on, dab some of it off, pop it on. And you see it's standing. Put it in place, just give it a little bit of a push. And you can see it's actually stood up straight. Okay. Quite a lot on that one. Put that there. It doesn't matter if you change it after you've laid it out originally. It can be as you want it to be. It doesn't really matter. No right, no wrong. And I decide I'm going to put this one up here. Okay, this one, so I'll pinch it over. What I might actually do is turn it in and on my brush and put a little bit of glue just on this one and just push it together. Okay, so you've got more of a that sort of shape going on. Don't really know what shape it is, but it looks pretty cool. And again, dab it in, and we'll pop him down there. Now I'm going to carry on and put a few more things on. What I'll do is I'll do another video a bit later on. I'll show you what else we can do. I'll just use the same shapes, and when I get to one of the other birds I'll do another video and show you a few different shapes and sizes and styles we can do for that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Take care. I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube channel as well, so if you'd like to go over and have a look at that, I'll drop the link below so you can have a look. Take care of yourselves. Bye.